Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Sunny D Chevy for 2025. So always take a look at the box. Once again, you just have the generic 2025 box. NASCAR Cup Series, Lionel Racing, 2025. Got to render the car right there. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., BWhack Motorsports, standard finish. 2025. Made a total of 504 of these things. NASCAR Cup Series, standard finish. Same stuff on the back of the box. Register your car at Lionel Garage. And you, of course, have your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. Here is the car itself. This ran a few different times throughout the season, starting with the Clash in the Daytona 500. This was the car where he threw the really stupid block on Logano in the 500 and caused the big one. The fact that there's still people that blame Logano more than Stenhouse, it's usually the person who makes the block that's more at fault, but whatever. Anyways, Sunny D was kind of his primary for a second, but he had so many different paint schemes and sponsors throughout the season that I don't even think he really had a true primary. This one still might have run the most of all of them because this did run like periodically throughout the season. The one thing that makes this diecast slightly inaccurate is the real car did have a wrapped side skirt rocker panel down here, but the diecast has the blackout one for whatever reason. And also for the other people that think that Sunny D is gone, they are gone for this season, but not really, because that Chef Boyardee sponsorship is the Sunny D sponsorship. They're both owned by the same parent company. So I guess they just decided to shift away from Sunny D and gave it to Chef Boyardee. The Chef Boyardee car does look pretty nice. I already pre-ordered that diecast. I hope that gets made too, because it's cool to get a Chef Boyardee car. But for any of the people that are like, oh no, Sunny D left, like they didn't really leave per se. It just, the old parent company swaps the sponsorship over for something else. Sometimes for a good reason. Sometimes you have like, Molson Coors going from Miller Lite on the Penske car to Keystone Light, where they design a whole new paint scheme that they never actually run. Anyways, back to this car. I'm not sure exactly which version this is supposed to be, though, because, like I said, it ran at the Clash in the Daytona 500, and this really doesn't either. It has the small spoiler, so it's not the Daytona 500 version, but it has both shark fins, so it's not the Clash version either. They usually pick at least some specific version of the car to do, or I guess this is just supposed to be a generic one, because like I said, I'm sure it ran at some point with that setup throughout the year, because it ran like 4 or 5 times. I do love the Chef Boyardee car. I do kind of wish they would maybe just swap back and forth, or at least give Sunny D one single race or something. Like, however many races the Chef Boyardee car is actually running. BWhack Motorsports is so hard to even pin down exactly how many sponsors they have, because like their website lists, like right now it lists like NOS, Chef Boyardee, a couple just like companies I never heard of that are probably some parent companies or whatever, probably own some of the other brands that have been on the car, so who knows. But it's just like it's impossible to even nail down what they even have this year anymore. Anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood you have Sunny D and a smaller Sunny D logo, which is right at the edge of the hood. I hate that because that looks awful with the edge of the hood now. Like, you couldn't have even moved that down closer to the nose or move that up a little bit? Or just don't even have the second Sunny D logo because it's kind of pointless anyways? I don't know. Anyways, got Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, BWhack Motorsports, number 47. Down the side, you got a bottle of Sunny D. Got a big Sunny D logo down the side. As you can see, there's like no other logos on this car. This is back early in the year when, like I said, a lot of people thought this team wasn't even going to make it through the season because, like, they lost Kroger, which was 90% of their sponsorship. And then they show up with this car that has, like, 0 logos on it. Everyone's like, oh, that team's not making it. But then, strangely, they actually did survive the entire season, only having to be unsponsored once. They ran a BWhack Motorsports car, like, one of the playoff races. It's that same paint scheme that ended up being the video game. For some reason, they just put that generic car in the video game as the primary and not like Sunny D or something. But I don't know. But you can see there's nothing on the B post except a Chevy bow tie and Stenhouse Jr.'s name on the name rail. Typical tendencies and such up front. On the back, you got Chevrolet ZL1. Got Sunny D, number 47. Got Sunny D on the deck lid, nothing on the roof. This is number 237. Got a piece of the wrap or something right there. That's funny. Got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. So you got a Chevy bow tie under there. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Obviously no deck lid. The roof flaps, of course, do open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. So the Sunny D cars are always nice. I always like getting the Sunny D cars. On the bright side, even if they might be gone from Stenhouse, I don't know if they're fully gone because, like, they did sponsor other people. Like, they were on Riley Herbst's car multiple times last season, so maybe they're still going to be sponsoring him, so you might still see a Sunny D car. His diecast only got made as a 164 last year, and also was, for some reason, the diecast isn't even the paint scheme they ran. It was really weird. Like, I never even bought one of those 164s, but it's like, I'm kind of glad that the 124 DNP'd because I don't even want it anymore. Because like I said, it's like, it weirdly, like, I think it might be like, the diecast might be closer to the Stenhouse paint scheme, but the car they actually ran was different or something like that. But it was odd. They also still, like, sponsor Josh Berry without really sponsoring Josh Berry. Like, he's still, like, technically, like, a Sunny D driver, even though he never has a Sunny D car anymore. Because, like, he'll still, like, be, like, holding a Sunny D when he's, like, in interviews and stuff. Like, it's, like, you know, like, the same, like, the Coke drivers hold the Coca-Cola bottles. Like, he has Sunny D. So I'm really not sure exactly how that works. So we might still see them. But, like I said, Stenhouse's sponsorship moved to Chef Boyardee, which is also a really fun car. He said, I already pre-ordered that. I hope that meets MLQ, but never know. If you want this card as a brand new release, you can get it right now. I honestly expected this card to disappear a little faster because most of the Sunny D cars, especially the Stenhouse ones, like, used to fly off the shelves a little bit. But then the fact this is the only time we've actually gotten a number 47 124 produced. There was an authentic one of the years. I think it was on the crappy mold, if I remember correctly. But I guess there's just so many of the Sunny D cars out there now with the Harvick car and the Josh Berry car and everything that people just lost interest. I don't know, but I always like the Sunny D cars. They're bright, colorful, eye-catching, and they're just fun. So, I don't know. Remember, for our diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. So go check that if you want anything. But I think that's pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Sunny D Chevy from 2025. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.